Yeah, that was great. That was great. Now, you know I like the weapons. That's my thing. When I was out there before I became an old retired has-been, I used to love to do the weapons myself. So that was real great. But I was real impressed with that fight with Marty. That was Marty Eubanks, I believe.
Sir.
Yeah, that was real sharp. I believe that was '84. He was #1 in the country at that time.
Sir.
Do you remember fond memories of that? Well, okay. Well, Bam, you know, one of the things I wanted to get into before we get any further in the show is I understand that you're doing a lot of community work now, and I know that that's something that's very dear to your heart, working with youngsters. And I see you have that patch on that says Champions Against Drugs. Tell us a little bit about the work you're doing there.
Well, the Champions Against Drugs program is a national program. They have national spokespeople like John Elway, Dave Stewart, from different sports, and they elected me as the national spokesperson for the field of martial arts. And it's like a personal goal for me to go back to my community and go back to the lower income communities and try to motivate the kids to believe in themselves, to help them realize that whatever they believe in, they can achieve. You know, it's just the attitude. Whatever they believe in, they can achieve. You know, that's the whole purpose. We use Champions Against Drugs, but it's about an attitude. You know, we're trying to build up their attitudes, make sure they have that
Well, I know you
attitude.
came up in the projects over there in Baltimore, so I guess when you go back, it's like a hometown hero. Yeah,
Sir,
something like that.
Sir.
And if anything else, if nothing else, it makes the people listen to you, and maybe the youngsters feel a little bit positive about that. So is this something that anybody can get involved in, or is it something, because I know martial arts is still pretty much a clean sport. A lot of the other sports have been influenced by drugs, and a lot of their top players, not to say they're not people in martial arts that are not involved in drugs, but pretty much the top superstars have remained pretty much clean, I think, in the eyes of the kids. So I think we can have a major influence in the youngsters out here.
I'm trying to prevent it before it happens, you know.
Okay.
That's my main goal.
Well, I'm wishing you luck with that, and along with that, I know there are other things that you're involved in. Are there anything for the future? What can we look for from Willie the Bam Johnson in the next year or so?
Well, 1992, you can look forward to me being #1 in the country, and within my school, I'm looking forward to having 500 students by June.
By June.
And by 1984, I want to, I mean 94, excuse me, sorry about that. But by 1994, I want to step back from competing and go ahead and try to,
So if we have a scoop here, are we listening that this is the last year for Willie Johnson, or what?
Hoping movies, you know, want to get into the movie.
And that always, I mean, it's like any other sport. Your next step is the movie. Can we look forward to seeing Willie the Bam Johnson on the big screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hopefully we'll see you out there. I'm sure there's been a lot of our friends that are moved on to that, and I think it's a natural thing to do because martial arts, again, is a clean sport. We're one of the few sports that still have serious heroes that everybody, young and old, can relate to, and I hope more of us get into the martial arts and get into the movies. We're going to end it now, Bam, because we've had a great time talking to you. I hope to have you back at some time, and we wish you much success in your travels around, and I'll be out there on the circuit watching you, judging you, and keeping you straight. So we're going to break away here again to a commercial, and when we get back, we'll be coming back with our self-defense technique of the week.
So you want to go to a party tonight?
Nah, I don't want to go.
Come on, let's go. It'll be
I
fun.
don't want to go.
What's wrong with you, girl? We can go. Okay, I won't do it. Okay.
Okay, and here we are again at our technique of the week. Again, every week we try to come to you with our very practical technique, something that we hope anybody can do. Of course, martial artists have a habit of being able to jump through the air and spin and flip, but we're assuming that you out there may or may not have 5 years of training under Master Po. So what we're going to try to attempt to do is to get into something that's a very practical technique. In the case that you saw earlier, we had a friendly situation, someone who was not necessarily trying to hurt the person. He was just a knucklehead. He was just being annoying. She had to deal with that situation. In this case, he grabbed, and we've all grabbed or tried to pull someone somewhere. In this case, he grabbed about arm. If you grab me, Abel, here, straight up, with a straight grab here. She first decides, one, counter his grab. The first time, in fact, she pulled away from the opponent. He grabbed her tight, and she just said, leave me alone. In most cases, that will deal with it. That will break the hold and, get them off of you. In this case here, where she realized that breaking away was not enough, he was persistent, she decided to control him. One, don't take your hand off, secure the grab, grab them. On two, the pull was across your body, clearing your hand here, coming down. Three, on the wrist. Okay, once the wrist is grabbed, You're turning in with the elbow, and you'll notice with just a little bit of pressure, you drop the opponent. You see? Now watch it one more time. We're going to break it down into 5 counts. First the grab. First grab and secure. I'm stepping around, pulling across my chest, grabbing the wrist, bending the elbow, and then applying pressure down. Okay? Now I'm going to let you work it on me so you get a chance to break my arm instead. Okay? In this case, we're going to grab at the left side so everybody will be able to see it. And she grabs, okay, pull across, locking down with the hand on the wrist, get a slight bend in the elbow by turning the body back and applying the pressure down. Go it down? Yes, yes. Okay, very good. Thank you. Here I am with a broken wrist. It shows it doesn't take power. It's all in angles, all in pressure. Again, the idea here is that you may not be stronger than the person that grabs you. In most cases, someone weaker and smaller is not going to grab you. It's always going to be someone who is a little bit smaller, a little bit larger. So what we're talking about is a technique that takes very little pressure, a lot of talent. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. We'll see you at the next technique next week. Okay, I'm out of here, and thanks for tuning in to Martial Arts Showcase. And remember, the only people you have to get even with are those that have done something good for you.